5 months after getting eliminated in the first round of the 2025 NBA playoffs, Luka Doncic of the Los Angeles Lakers has made his feelings clear about their early exit. The Lakers had home court advantage against the Minnesota Timberwolves, but they were kicked out of the postseason in 5 games. Speaking to The Athletic's Dan Wojcik during this summer's Eurobasket in Poland, Doncic opened up about the Lakers' 4-1 series loss to the Timberwolves. He was happy with the way the team finished strong in the offseason. However, they were unable to realize the team's potential in the playoffs. The Lakers had huge wins over the Oklahoma City Thunder, Denver Nuggets, Indiana Pacers, and Houston Rockets during that final stretch. "That's how we could play, but I don't think we played like this in the playoffs," Doncic said in an article published on September 24th. Luka Magic was in full display during the playoffs despite the team's overall result. He averaged 30.2 points, 7.0 rebounds, and 5.8 assists per game, shooting 45.2% from the floor, including 34.8% from threes and 89.1% from the free throw line. Doncic was playing through a lower back injury in the latter part of the series. However, it was his defensive shortcomings and obvious conditioning issues that were highlighted the most in the media. Luka Doncic's new offseason regimen led to Eurobasket dominance. One of the biggest changes made by Luka Doncic in the offseason was focusing on his cardio and diet. Doncic hired a personal chef after he began intermittent fasting in preparation for the Eurobasket, as per the Wall Street Journal's Jason Gay. The Slovenian superstar looked in top shape at the tournament, leading his nation to the quarterfinals against Germany. They were on the verge of eliminating the reigning World Cup champions, but they blew a double-digit lead in the second half. The Germans would go on to win the Eurobasket, defeating Turkey in the final. Nevertheless, Doncic was named to the All-Star 5 after averaging 34.7 points, 8.6 rebounds, and 7.1 assists per game. According to Dan Wojcik, multiple members of the Los Angeles Lakers organization visited their superstar this summer. Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka, Kurt and Linda Rambis, and Dr. Leroy Sims were all in Poland to show their support. Luka Doncic focused on winning NBA title. After falling short of the NBA championship in 2024, Luka Doncic had high hopes for the Dallas Mavericks before his shocking trade in February. Doncic's first postseason with the Los Angeles Lakers didn't go according to plan, but winning a title is still the goal. A source close to the Slovenian superstar told ESPN's Dave McMenamin that Doncic is focused on going after an NBA championship this season. He stresses every single day that his goal is to win a championship. He trusts the front office to do their part, and he trusts what they're building, the source said in an article published on September 19th. The Lakers added free agents DeAndre Ayton, Jake LaRavia, and Marcus Smart this offseason. All 3 players fit well around Doncic, while Austin Reeves has reportedly worked on his quick release to play better around their superstar, as per Anthony Irwin of Clutch Points. In the aftermath of Fred VanVleet suffering a torn ACL, the Houston Rockets have become a logical suitor for Los Angeles Lakers guard Austin Reeves. Los Angeles has thus far been unwilling to trade Reeves, but if their stance changes, Houston will likely emerge as an interested party. It's more conjecture than fact-based analysis at this stage, but the Lakers and Rockets are in a unique position to help one another if the day comes that they choose to negotiate a trade. VanVleet could miss the entire 2025-26 season, thus leaving Houston without its starting point guard and primary playmaker. VanVleet's value is multifaceted, but the void in the playmaking department has become impossible to overlook. That alone makes Reeves a compelling potential trade target for the Rockets, which are ideally equipped to incorporate his strengths and weaknesses as a player. Houston ranked number 5 in the NBA in defensive rating in 2024-25 and has now added 4-time scoring champion Kevin Durant to elevate an offense that finished number 12 in points per 100 possessions. With Reeves, they'd be able to roll out lineups in which no player is shorter than 6 feet 5 inches, and virtually everyone on the court can create to some degree. As for Los Angeles, trading with the Rockets may be the best possible option, as far bringing back the type of value they'd need to justify a Reeves trade. Rockets losing VanVleet makes them perfect team to trade for Reeves. Houston is unparalleled in the depth it's created as far as defensive-minded wings and forwards are concerned. That should be music to Los Angeles's ears if it opts to negotiate a potential trade with their fellow contenders in 2025 to 26. The likes of Durant, Tari Eason, Dorian Finney-Smith, Jabari Smith Jr., and Amen Thompson all project to be competing for minutes at the same few positions. Durant and Thompson will be off-limits, and a 32-year-old Finney-Smith is unlikely to be viewed as the ideal replacement for Reeves. Reeves is still just 27 years of age and has shown steady signs of progress as a scorer and playmaker through 4 seasons. As such, the Lakers' pursuit of a trade with the Rockets would likely center around either Eason or Smith, two-way players who would instantly improve Los Angeles' defense. Eason, 24, is coming off of a season in which he averaged 12.0 points, 6.4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.7 steals, 0.9 blocks, and 1.1 three-point field goals made on .487/.342/.760 shooting. A versatile defender capable of picking players up at almost every position, he's the type of stalwart the Lakers have been searching for. Concerns exist about his injury history, as he missed 60 games in 2023-24 and 25 in 2024-25, but his upside is unavoidable and the immediate value he'd provide could prove transformative. Lakers could add Tari Eason or Jabari Smith Jr. in theoretical Reeves trade. Smith, 22, would likely be the big swing target the Lakers prioritize. However, as a former top 3 pick who has displayed signs of significant potential. He's less consistent and in some regards efficient than Eason, but is a 6 feet 10 inches hybrid forward who can guard and offensively excel at either the 3 or the 4. In 2024-25, Smith averaged 12.2 points, 7.0 rebounds, 1.1 assists, 0.7 blocks, and 1.7 three-point field goals made on .438/.354/.825 shooting. Asking for Smith would likely prohibit the Lakers from taking back much else in a potential Reeves trade. Perhaps they could shed Jared Vanderbilt's salary, however, as a means to taking back Smith's $23,643,411. The inverse reality is that Eason is due to make $5,675,766 to Reeves' $13,937,574, thus requiring Houston to ship out at least one additional contract. The brutal nature of Houston's situation, however, is that they'd likely be negotiating from a place of borderline desperation to fill a crucial void. In that scenario, Los Angeles could realistically bring back Eason and draft compensation for Reeves if it opts against going all-in on Smith. Perhaps they could even push for Reed Shepherd, although it's unclear how Houston values the promising guard. Regardless of what the Lakers would get in this hypothetical trade, it's easy to envision a scenario in which Houston emerges as a high-profile suitor for Reeves in 2025-26. Hollywood is dreaming up the perfect blockbuster right now with the rumors of Andrew Wiggins being a trade target for the Los Angeles Lakers swirling. Before Rob Pelinka can make that big move, the Lakers' general manager will need to know if DeAndre Ayton is the solution at starting center. It has been made abundantly clear by multiple sources that the Lakers will be looking for a two-way upgrade on the wings. Wiggins fits the mold and brings plenty of upside to Los Angeles, making him a realistic game-changer that fans have begged for in the hopes of seeing the Lakers chase a title. However, the asset pool in Los Angeles is limited. Pelinka will only get so many cracks at improving the roster before the eventual 2026 NBA trade deadline. That is why seeing what they have in Ayton is integral to the process. The former Portland Trail Blazers center arrived in Los Angeles to mixed feelings. On one hand, Ayton is guaranteed to be an upgrade over Jackson Hayes. That does not mean the Lakers are completely absolved of concerns at the center position ahead of the 2025-26 NBA season. Lakers need clarity on Ayton before making the move for Wiggins. It should be said there is no guarantee that Wiggins will just be handed to the Lakers. If Pat Riley proves to be a stubborn negotiator, Pelinka will need a backup plan. However, even if the name is not Wiggins, the model of what the Lakers want is clear. Ayton just needs to tick the needed boxes for Los Angeles first. With Luka Doncic setting him up, the Lakers center should have an easy time settling into a simplified offensive role while focusing on his defensive impact. If that is the version of Ayton that the Lakers get, the opportunities to elevate the roster further will be there. Sam Vecenie of the Game Theory podcast could not help but share a similar message regarding the situation. Vecenie said, "If Ayton is good, it makes life a lot easier. The reason to not do that Wiggins trade now is that you might need that pick value at some point to go get a center if it doesn't work." There will certainly be names worth monitoring if the Ayton experiment does not produce the desired results. Centers like Jarrett Allen, Nikola Vucevic, and Nicholas Claxton could all be available before the trade deadline under the right circumstances. The Lakers will hope they do not need that move. Getting an opportunity to improve the roster, rather than fix it, will be the maneuver that makes pursuing a title a realistic path in the upcoming season.